here at lovely ATD headquarters for an interview with our lovely webmaster and his partner, Rae. Introduce yourselves.
I'm Adam. I'm the digital media producer and the Wizard of Oz behind All Things Digital.
Exactly. He's putting cookies everywhere. And Rae, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Rae, and I'm Adam's wife.
Yes, and you guys are here because one of the things we do at AllThingsD, just like Jill Stobule was talking about how to digitally distribute entertainment, her music specifically, do new and different ways. Adam and Rae have made a movie. Talk a little bit about the movie, and we're going to talk about distribution of indie films, which is what you've sort of made. You made a documentary. Explain it.
Okay, so it's a documentary on China's first feminist.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like a real historical figure from the early 19th century.
And a big deal in China.
She's pretty. She's kind of like a Chinese Joan of Arc. Like a really prominent historical figure from like this early women's movement in China.
And you made a documentary about her. Why? What was the reason?
Well, she was just a really fascinating character that most people in the U.S. have never heard of her. I mean, I've never heard of her either.
Right.
Until I happened to read about her in a book. And what caught my attention was that she was described as this radical feminist from China.
Right.
It's not something you would think of when you
Absolutely
think of China.
not at all. And so you guys made it yourselves, correct, in a typical indie fashion. Explain what you did, Adam.
So we started the project about a year and a half ago with Rae doing the pre-production work, all the research, lining up, getting the books, writing the script and the storyboards. And then we embarked on a 6-month production project where we did a trailer and then traveled to China where we interviewed scholars and went to this person Cho Jin's ancestral home and took a lot of video footage in China. And then we came back and actually filmed several recreation scenes of Cho Jin's life in the Bay Area. So we turned, for instance, our garage into a set. We filmed a big scene at Berkeley and in San Jose. There's various Chinese and Japanese gardens. And then after that 6-month period, we also interviewed scholars in Southern California and the East Coast. So after that, we came back and worked for the next 6 months on the post-production, which is involved us slaving in front of our computers all day long.
Right.
Final cut.
Oh, you like to be there, Adam.
Yes.
So what's different now about creating films? I mean, before you used to do the whole film festival thing, Rae, correct? You'd go around. What's different in creating films now?
Well, I think online distribution is sort of the big thing. I mean, it's like it's kind of given this this option that maybe is better for people who don't have a lot of money, where you can get your film out to like a wide audience, right? Just even something putting stuff on YouTube, like little clips or a preview or something. You suddenly have this like worldwide audience.
You could have to get people to it. I mean, Jill raised all her money. Now you guys didn't raise money online, correct?
Not yet. What we self-funded most of the film, and right now we're actually in the process of raising money right now.
Right.
So asking individuals and trying to get grants to kind of help pay for the cost of the production of the film as well as the future ongoing costs. So we've been organizing several screenings across the country.
Right.
Some of which have already happened. We had one at D, for instance.
Right.
And in the fall, we're actually going to several universities on the East Coast.
But this is just kind of an analog way to do movies. You see things changing in the future and how you... there's so many indie... I mean, I go to Sundance every year.
Right.
There's thousands... The ones that get into Sundance don't even make it, and to get into Sundance is a big deal.
It definitely is, and I think what Rae was alluding to before, the digital distribution, is something that we're definitely taking a look at. Keeping a very close eye on iPhone, iTunes stores. Right now, it's kind of hard to get in if you're independent filmmaker, unless you kind of go through kind of a distributor. And there's all sorts of issues about does the distributor, what kind of rights do they get, how much of a cut they take, and stuff like that. And I think those are the types of things that are going to be. It's a wild, wild west right now, a new frontier, and I think there's a lot of opportunity for independent filmmakers to kind of get their films out on these types of devices, but it's not quite easy at the moment.
Right. And you filmed on very inexpensive things, correct? It was a different kind of filming process.
We filmed on like a prosumer HD camera, so the quality of the film is quite good. And with each passing year, there's newer cameras that come out, which will make the film look even better.
Do you imagine, Rae, that you'd ever do a film and it never be in a theater, or is that a dream of yours? I mean, can indie filmmakers let go of that dream that they're going to get on actual screens and have it wider?
I guess traditionally you would think, you would have some big premiere, like with the red carpet and everything in the theater. But I think but nowadays, I mean, I think people are looking more and more for having different forms, different venues to have their premiere. Like there was, like I know the filmmaker Wayne Wang, he like did the Joy Luck Club. He had a film premiere like on YouTube, for his when it
For
was
his latest.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, and I think it's like still a new space, but I think it's a really exciting space.
Okay, excellent. Now, what's it called? Flack your film. This is your opportunity.
It's called Autumn Gem.
Okay, Autumn Gem.
Yes.
Ooh,
And
she's
we
dressed
have
up like a
actually- we have-
man. I like ladies who dress up
We have
like
two
men.
promotional
two
That's a pretty
photos,
girl. Okay,
yes.
good. Oh,
You get
interesting.
the red
Here's
and the black.
the
Ah.
action version, and here's the
With a sword. Okay,
butch
swords and
version.
women dressed up like men. I don't see how it can't be a hit. Excellent. And where is it online now? You have a website?
Yeah, you can go to autumn-gem.com.
Okay.
And we have a Facebook page.
And everything else, and you
Website.
Twitter, and you do all kinds of things.
Oh, yes.
Yes, indeed. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.